It is also important to emphasize that we have agreed that we will deepen our community-to-community engagements. We are conscious of our history, that even though we have a historical background with a lot of ethnic groups having the same heritage and antecedents. You do know, for example, that the Ewe people migrated together with Nigerians, sojourned in Ile-Ife, and continued to the Gold Coast. The Ghans have a similar story. So we have very interesting anthropological antecedents, which shows that we are one people. But regardless of that, there have been times in our history where we have had skirmishes. You remember the Aliens Compliance Order, which saw a number of so-called foreigners being removed from Ghana. And then you also recall Ghana Must Go in 1983, where over 1 million Ghanaians were forced out of Nigeria. So we are conscious of that history, which should guide all of us, that if these things are not managed well, it could take us back to certain dark occurrences in our history. That is why we have been demonstrating a lot of maturity and asking that we douse the flames, we show compassion, we should remember that we are one people. Let's always remember that Ghana, as the headquarters of Pan-Africanism, what Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the founder of our country, taught us is that we should ignore artificial boundaries. We are one people. And let us always remember that there is a bigger goal, a bigger Pan-African agenda where we want to form an all-united states of Africa.
Like I said before, I came and I saw with my own two eyes that there were not tires burning on the streets and people with placards everywhere urging Nigerians to be deported. And you know, it speaks to how the government of President John Mahama was able to rise to the occasion. President Mahama and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu are like brothers. Of course, Nigerians were in a very festive mood during the inauguration ceremony of President Mahama. Our president was here and for the occasion, and he gave a very, very impassioned speech, which speaks to the special bond that exists between these two gentlemen, and by extension, the bonds that exist between Ghanaians and Nigerians. So the message, in short, would be that there is no cause for alarm. The situation is being handled quite effectively. We will continue with our stakeholder engagement. We have met some of the dramatist personnel, the people who are you know, in the melt of this crisis. We will continue to meet people, stakeholders across all segments to ensure that the ways and means to continue to douse tensions, to continue to ensure that this is not a situation that repeats itself.
All right. So the Nigerian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mrs. Bianca Ojukwu, has visited Ghana over the sad incident that rose up in Ghana a couple of days ago, the Nigerian Must Go protests. Oh yes. So she visited Ghana, and as news may have it, she was welcomed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ghana. And, you know, they had an exclusive discussion. And, you know, in that discussion, the Ghana Minister of Foreign Affairs assured Nigerians in Ghana that, come on, you are safe, that there is nothing like Nigeria Must Go. But then, after all talk and talk, there is something, please, I want to beg us to listen to this. I don't really know much about this, but let's just talk about it a bit. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ghana said that Nigeria and Ghana has a common history, like they have a communal relationship. And I have heard about two people say that, but they didn't actually go into details. Now, listening to this Ghanaian Minister of Foreign Affairs, he said that some Ghanaians, I think he said Eva is a community in Ghana, that they migrated together with Nigerians.
We are conscious of our history, that even though we have a historical background with a lot of our ethnic groups having the same heritage and antecedents. You do know, for example, that the Ewe people migrated together with Nigerians.
That is what he said. And then I began to think, did Nigerians actually migrated? Where did Nigerians migrate from? In Nigeria, there are three basic ethnic groups: the Igbos, the Hausas, and the Yorubas. Now, the Igbos are Biafrans. They migrated differently. The Yorubas are the Oduduwas. They migrated differently. And the Hausas too, they have different history altogether. These people, Britain or British, just join everybody together and name it Nigeria. So Nigeria as a name or as a people did not migrate from anywhere, right? Now, in one of these, he said that this Eva community migrated with Nigerians and they sojourned in somewhere in Ile-Ife.
Migrated together with Nigerians, sojourned in Ile-Ife and continued to the Gold Coast.
Well, if you say that, maybe you meant to say that they migrated with the Oduduwas, that is the Yorubas. Oh yes. So I don't really know. Please, if somebody know much about this, you can drop it on the comment section. But I know that Nigeria or Nigerians as a country did not migrate from anywhere. They migrated differently because they are different people. Oh yes, this I know for sure. But then, as he said, that the Evas he's talking about migrated with they settled or they sojourned in Ile-Ife, meaning that they migrated or they joined the Yorubas, the Oduduwa Republic. So please, if you know much about this, do well to drop on the comment section. But then I will still allow you to watch this analysis where they took time to also, talk about the relationship between Ghana and Nigeria and also the historical relationship that we have together. So please, I beg you to take a little time, watch this, then you do well to drop your comment on the comment section what you think about it, all right? Please, let's watch and learn.
What appears to be a perceived xenophobia is brewing in Ghana towards Nigerians. Now, some Ghanaians have protested against Nigerians, accusing them of engaging in mass prostitution and indulging in ritual killings in their country. Protesters in their large numbers were seen wielding placards with various inscriptions such as "Armed robbery and violent attacks must stop." Again, "Our health at stake due to mass prostitution," etc. Now, the truth is, both Ghana and Nigeria share lots in common to institute a war of attrition in the 21st century. Wale.
Well, I'm happy that we brought this topic for discussion.
Yeah.
Because part of the responsibility of media people is to set agenda for conflict resolution. And I think we would like to see a situation where this problem is resolved to the benefit of people, in both countries. The issue is that I don't think Ghanaians are against Nigerians.
In the strict sense of the word.
In the strict sense of the word. If you look at our history, for about 200 years, Nigerians have settled, especially Yoruba people, they have settled in Ghana. There is a man that left Ilorin, his name is Briama, up to today. And the problem is not even that they set up a kingdom. No.
Yeah.
This man, we had a kingdom in Kumasi, Greater Accra.
Okay.
And the current one is the 8th king over 200 years. He's a member of the Ghana Council of Traditional Chiefs. He's a Yoruba person.
Oh, really?
He's been there for over 200 years.
Please add that
yes,
the late great Zik of Africa practiced journalism.
He was in journalism in Ghana.
There. He was the editor of a
in 1950 or thereabout, when the then Speaker of Parliament in Ghana resigned due to health reasons, there was a certain Akinwumi that became the Speaker in Ghana, in the Parliament of Ghana. So we've had a long relationship. And I think that at a point, even the Hausa people, they started going to Ghana in 15th century during the rule of of the king of Kano. His name is Baja. They started moving to Ghana in large numbers. Up to today, when you go to Ghana, you see where they call Zongos. That we see a lot of.
And don't forget,
they use Hausa on national television.
Ghana was known as a Gold
Coast. They use Ghana as national television. They use it in their radio in Ghana. So we have built a long relationship. And I think at the time, Awolowo also built a very fertile relationship with Ghana. To the extent that OAU started studying Chui language. You know, so we should realize this historical relationship between us and exploit it to the brim. What is happening now is unusual. It's not that somebody is setting up a king. We have had kings, you know, who are of Nigerians living there. And you see, during the time of Abacha, Ghana gave us a lot of support. We used to stay in a place called Labadi. Myself, Dakpolo Nyomi, Chido Onuma, and one Mrs. Oladepo, whose husband was shot in Abeokuta. And on the day of burial, those who killed the man, they came with the suit that they took away from the victim. So the woman was traumatized, had to run to Ghana. They gave us a house located in a place called Labadi. Okay. Owned by people, you know, the Ga people of Ghana, who migrated from Osu. So when you are talking about Osu caste system, I mean Osu Castle in Ghana, it's named after the Osu city we have here, where the Ga people migrated in 17th century. So we have this rich, robust historical relationship with Ghana. When you listen to Chui, they say, when you go to the airport, they say Akwaba, Ekwabo, Akwaba. They say Mebas is here. I'm coming just now. So we've had very good relationship that I don't think we should allow this thing to flounder. Now what is going on is that the third migration of Nigerians into Ghana, which happened just the past 10-15 years, a lot of people, you know, are just desperate to survive. They got to Ghana, they decided to go into crime, 419, Yahoo, manufacturing, prostitution, manufacturing fake drugs.
Tampering with electricity.
You know, so it polluted the culture of Ghanaians. I was in Ghana not too long ago, and when I got there, there was a crime, and they were broadcasting on violent crime. Then the police said that, look, those who committed this crime, they are not Ghanaians. They are not Ghanaians. They caught them about 5 days after. They happen to be Nigerians. Because there is crime in Ghana, but not violent crime. Now people go there to kidnap. They kidnap and bring people to Port Harcourt or to Lagos. They will set up a sort of scam that they want to help you to travel to Canada. And so a lot of people have been victims. They are in thousands. Now they are rising up to say, look, enough is enough.
Enough is already too
Ghanaians
much.
don't hate also. And I'm happy that the federal government is doing something. You know, trying to go into that country and then talk to them and then work out a kind of and I believe government can do more in terms of integration, regional integration through sports, academic exchanges, festivals, so that we can see ourselves as Africans and one people. If you don't manage it well, it can lead to a lot of sub-regional crisis.
Diplomacy is a word. BKO, you know, a little bit of history will not hurt us here. Nigerians Must Go has a history. During our war, 1969, at the height of our avoidable civil war, the Ghanaian president, head of state at the time, General Ankara, ordered Nigerians out of Ghana. This was due to something in the neighborhood of what he has just said. And you know, we retaliated in 1982 in the Shagari years. Ghana must go.
1983. Yes. President Shagari at that time felt that he needed to expel about 2 million undocumented immigrants, especially from Ghana. The Ghanaians cited economic pressures and all that. But in this case, they are demanding the expulsion of Nigerians over allegations of rising crime, including prostitution, ritual killings, and economic dominance. Economic dominance can be a crime, but they are claiming that many Nigerians were responsible for missing children and rising violence in Ghanaian communities. And they even cited an Igbo king in Ghana, saying they have hijacked their land. Nigerians, on their part, believe that the Ghanaians are being persistently discriminating against them, victimizing them, especially Ghanaian landlords. And they also talked about selective enforcement of business regulations that disproportionately affect Nigerian-owned enterprises or entrepreneurs. When Nigerians get to a place, they are so aggressive in the area of business that within a short time, they begin to do very well. I remember when IGI got to Ghana, within a short time, IGI became so successful that the then IGI CEO, Olowode, even demanded for a fresh license to set up another insurance company. We are very enterprising. We are very aggressive and goal-oriented when it comes to business. But we also have to be careful. We must be good ambassadors of our country wherever we find ourselves. Going to another country to peddle drugs, that is illicit drugs, is not what any country will accept. And some Nigerians have actually been sentenced to death and executed for exporting illicit drugs to other countries. We have demanded that drug trafficking, the punishment for drug trafficking in our country is like a slap in the wrist. That let us do our best to come up with proportionate punishment for drug trafficking. America arrested a serving president of a country because
Noriega.
Manuel Noriega, because that was in 1989, December 1989, because they felt that his activities and his support for illicit drugs was destroying the lives of their children. So there's no way that our people will go to Ghana and be involved in the things that they are talking about, like drug trafficking, like ritual killing, you know, and all that, and even crime. That you should expect that the people, their blood will boil. You should expect that they will not take kindly to it. But what gives me joy is that the president, the federal government is not quiet. A special envoy has been sent to Ghana to meet with the president so that diplomatically they can look at this issue and try to solve it. That's Bianca Ojukwu, the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. She went to Ghana, and the president of Ghana has already said Nigeria is not a country that they can abandon. We pointed because we go back a long time.
We are rich, potentially rich.
No, it's not even. We have a good relations. It's not. It's not all about money. Even in terms of our history, there is a lot of alignment, if I can use that word, in terms of even the history of Nigeria and Ghana. When you talk about coup in Nigeria, almost at the same time, you see something like that happening in Ghana.
No, our first coup was in January. Ghana's first coup was in February 1966.
Jerry Rawlings surrender power in 1979. Obasanjo also surrendered power shortly after Jerry Rawlings in 1979, not before him. Because some people will say Obasanjo was the first to willingly. Of course, that is historically untrue. Jerry Rawlings handed over to civilians before Obasanjo. And then the same within a short time. The military chased away civilians in our country. About that same time was when the Ghanaians also chased away the military in their country. So we are too interconnected as two countries from the West Coast.
Yeah, I was going to
be fighting one another.
You know, musically speaking.
High Life. High Life came from Ghana.
The Ghanaian group, Uhuru Dance Band, at a time was led by a Nigerian, Wale, Samuel Obot, and Joe Mensah, the great Nigerian Ghanaian musician.
High Life musician.
Yes. And did a collaboration with the late Victor Olaiya. So there's
that's what I'm saying, that we go back a long time, and we are too interconnected as two countries from the West Coast for this sort of thing to be happening. I know that in some cases, what the Nigerians are saying, the unfair and selective enforcement of business regulations, I know that there's a level of truism about it. But we should also clean up our act.
Okay.
We cannot export bad behavior to another country and expect that we won't be resisting. We have to realize that. Because even in other countries too, we are being resisted, where we are misbehaving. Look at what happened in UAE, for example, where they had to impose a visa ban because of the irresponsible behavior of some Nigerians. Some Nigerians took, what's it called, cultism. Did you see a video of Nigerians carrying machetes in Dubai, chasing one another, cultists? So countries will move against us when some of our people
misbehave.
Yeah, they will move against our people in those places. We can only call for calm at this time, because it's not everyone that is guilty. So don't tar everybody with the same brush.
That's it.
I want to be able to go to Ghana.
Okay.
And move around freely.
When you are going, take me up. Well, quickly. What was I going to say? My people will have a saying. While you are warning the mother hen to keep the chicks safely, you must also talk to the hawk.
Oh yeah, we have a similar.
The hawk must survive now.
Yes.
And they can only survive by eating.
So well,
won't take your advice.
Well, you know, they say when you are in Rome,
behave like Romans.
So we must apply the brakes here. Sure. Time is a master, but not before thanking Babajide Kolade Otitoju. BKO, thank you for your intervention.
Thank you.
And no less so, thank you, Adeoye. Thank you
thank you very much
for weighing in. Thank you.
Yeah.
So our job is done, and that will just about do it for the show on today. You know, if you missed any part of this, not to worry. Join us later tonight at 11:30. But the regular episode of this show takes our airtime at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Watch us then. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Citizen Jones Usen. On behalf of the Backroom Boys, I say thank you and take care of yourself.
All right. So you have seen it. What do you think about it? Thank you very much for watching. Please do well to drop your comment on the comment section what you think. All right. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you, and God continue to bless you.